There is a secret language. It is all around us. This language is made of shapes. It is called sacred geometry, are special shapes. They hold meaning. They hold power. They are found in the smallest flower. They are found in the biggest stars. They connect everything. Ancient people knew this language. They saw these patterns. They saw them in the sky. They saw them in the plants. They saw them in their own bodies. They believed these shapes were divine. They believed these patterns were a map of the universe, a map of the mind of God. So they used these shapes. They built their temples with them. They built their cities with them. Look closely at the world. You will see it too. The spiral of a shell, the branching of a tree, the perfect cells of a honeycomb. These are not accidents. These are designs. They tell us about order. They tell us about harmony. The whispers are there. We must learn to listen.
Nature loves certain numbers. One of these is the Fibonacci sequence. It starts simply 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Each number is the 2 before it, added together. This sequence appears everywhere. Look at a sunflower. Count its spirals. You will find Fibonacci numbers. The seeds arrange in these spirals. It is the best way for the plant to grow. Then there is the golden ratio, about 1.618. It is linked to the Fibonacci sequence. Divide a Fibonacci number by the one before it. As the numbers get bigger, you get closer to the golden ratio. This ratio is found in beauty, in things that look pleasing to our eyes. The shape of a nautilus shell. It grows in a perfect spiral, a golden ratio spiral. Think about your own body, the bones in your fingers. They follow this ratio, the shape of your face, even our DNA, the very code of life. It has spiral shapes. It has proportions that echo these sacred numbers. Is this all by chance, or is it a sign, a connection between us and the universe, a design woven into the fabric of existence? This code is sacred geometry. The Great Pyramid of Giza. It stands in the desert, a mountain of stone, built with incredible skill so long ago. The pyramid is not just a big pile of rocks. Its measurements are very precise. Some say its height relates to the Earth's size. Its sides align perfectly with north, south, east, west. The golden ratio appears in its design. Coincidence? Or was it built by masters of this sacred geometry? Consider Stonehenge in England. Giant stones, arranged in circles. Some stones brought from far away. It aligns with the sun at special times of the year. The sunrise at midsummer, the sunset at midwinter. It was a clock, a calendar, but maybe more. The layout of the stones, the distances between them. Do they also hide these sacred numbers? Many researchers believe so. Then there is the Parthenon in Greece, a temple to the goddess Athena. It looks so perfect, so balanced, its beauty is famous. Architects have studied it for centuries. They found the golden ratio. The ancient Greeks loved harmony. They built their beliefs into the stone. Why did ancient cultures use these shapes? Was it just for beauty? Or was there something more? Some people think these shapes had power, real power. They believe sacred geometry was a kind of technology, a lost technology, a technology based on form, based on vibration, based on the energy of the universe itself, about sound. Sound travels in waves. Music is made of patterns, of sound. Could certain shapes change sound? Could they make it stronger? Could they make it clearer? In some ancient temples and theaters, the acoustics are amazing. A whisper can be heard far away. Were these buildings shaped on purpose for this, using sacred geometry to control sound? Modern science is full of wonders. New discoveries happen all the time, and sometimes these new ideas sound very old. They sound like echoes, echoes of what the ancients knew. Consider fractals. A fractal is a shape that repeats itself at smaller and smaller scales. Think of a coastline or a snowflake or the branches of a tree. They look similar up close and far away. This is a fractal pattern. Sacred geometry often uses self-similarity, shapes within shapes, patterns that repeat. This is very much like a fractal. Did the ancients understand fractals? Without computers, without our modern maths? Perhaps they saw it in nature, they saw it everywhere. And they copied it, they used it in their art, in their buildings, because they knew it was a fundamental pattern of the universe, a key to how things are made. The golden ratio is another example. We talked about it in nature, we talked about it in old temples. Now scientists are finding it in new places. Sacred geometry is more than just numbers. It is more than just shapes. It is a language, a silent language. It speaks to us without words. It tells us about connection. It tells us about order. It tells us about the beauty of the universe. This language is understood everywhere, by all cultures, throughout all time, because it comes from the source of creation itself. It is a universal blueprint. Think about a circle. It has no beginning, it has no end. It represents wholeness, it represents eternity, it represents unity. Many ancient cultures used the circle in their art, in their buildings, in their rituals. They understood its meaning. Think about a spiral. It represents growth, it represents change, it represents the journey of life from the small seed to the vast galaxy. The spiral shows us the way. These symbols are powerful. They speak to a deep part of us, a part that remembers, a part that knows. We feel it when we see a perfect snowflake. We feel it when we stand in a great cathedral. We feel it when we look at the stars. This feeling is recognition. We live in a busy world, a world of technology, a world of fast changes. Sometimes we feel lost. We feel disconnected. Disconnected from nature, disconnected from each other, disconnected from something deeper, the ancient wisdom of sacred geometry. It has a message for us, a message for our time. It tells us to slow down, to look, to listen. The patterns are still here, in the flowers that grow in our gardens, in the shells we find on the beach, in the stars we see at night. Nature is always speaking this language. It is showing us the way to harmony, the way to balance, if we build our lives, if we build our world with these principles in mind. Perhaps we can create more beauty, more peace, more connection, just like the ancients tried to do. The old stones also speak, the pyramids, the stone circles, the temples. They are not just relics of the past.